All right, I'm talking to my buddy here, Stephen Joseph again. Hi, how are you? How you
I'm
been?
doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you very much. We were in our, I don't know, the Peace Show or Earth Day show,
It was
and
Earth Day 2023.
all right, and that was a beautiful occasion. You got up there and shared some shtick, and shared your books. So I hear the word is out already. I see as I'm walking down the streets in New York and everywhere. In the park, anywhere I see, you got a new book. I can't believe it, and they're talking big on it. So what's the deal? It's some kind of a woolly zooli zolly zeely.
Well,
What's the
this
title?
is my third book, my third Snoodles book,
Zoodles. Zoodles.
Snoodles in Space, Episode 2, The Zoodles Strike Back.
Oh my God. That reminds me of like something Empire Strike Back or some kind of Star Wars. Or
Yes,
is this
yes,
a
something
Star
like
Wars
that.
book? Is this a ripoff
It's
of
it's
Star
it's
Wars?
not really a Star Wars book. It's actually more like, if anything, it's more, well, of course, the Zoodles on the planet Zoodle, they're not very nice people,
Oh
but
no.
uh, but it's more like a kind of a takeoff on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, that's good.
Yes,
I like Charlie and Chocolate because I like chocolate,
yes.
and I like Gene Wilder.
Oh, I love that. That's the best one. That's
That's the
that's
best
the
one.
best out of all those movies. That's the best one. Willy Wonka movies. That's the best Willy Wonka movie.
It's a great franchise and it's super. But well, tell me about your book though. What's in this?
So in this book, so in the last book, I had the Zoodles. This is Snoodles in Space, a Zoodle, the Snoodles, Zoodle, Cadoodles, and One Happy Schmoodle, and the Zoodles fell asleep, and all the good guys got back to planet Earth. And in this book, uh, well, there's a Snoodle that runs on noodles. There's the Krautmobile beforehand that ran on sauerkraut, which made people cranky. But even before that, there was the Groodle, which runs on gruel. And you have this guy, Grumpy Grimy Grudelman, who had the Groodle, which was even stinkier. And he has two kids. And of course, he was very wealthy, being like, everyone's like driving
No.
Groodles. So we have Frimpy Frumpy Fruodle and Wimpy Whiny Woodle. And because their father is so rich, he takes him to Chunky Chockadoodle's chocolate factory. And Frimpy Frumpy, he has a fitsy witsy Papa Doodle. So first he fits, and then he witzed, and then he went pop. And Wimpy Whiny Woodle had a swizzly twizzly slime doodle. And so first she swizzled, and then she twizzled, and then she turned into a bucket of slime. So
It can happen. It can happen.
it happens. I know you've seen it. So the thing about it, the whole
Too
point
off.
of the
Too
story,
off.
the point of the story, and this is what I was thinking in watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder. It was a media frenzy. It's like, oh boy, all the TV crews and newspapers were all there to see that
Big stuff.
event.
Big stuff.
So basically, Frimpy Frumpy and Wimpy Whiny got very bad press, and the kids were mean to them. So in this story, they help save the planet afterwards. They overhear a plot to turn everybody into dilly dally doodles and willy nilly noodles. So complete nincompoop. So then they're the heroes of the story.
Used to be my middle name. Um, so, wow. As you're speaking here, I'm thanking people above that I don't live with you. And I was
I'm a good cook. I make the best
wait, wait.
potato latkes in the whole universe. I
Well,
haven't.
well,
Yes.
is that just Hanukkah or what's the deal?
Well, I make them. I make them like all during the year. Whenever my daughter comes over, I make latkes. Uh,
You got my phone number, right?
yeah, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, on the invite. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, Let me ask you a question about the latkes. Do you go with this? You have sour cream and applesauce? Because I'm gonna have to make latkes now. I'm like in a latke crazy mode right now.
I make, well, the thing about, it's my mom's recipe. And actually I've modified it just recently, where I could do a couple different things with latkes. So, the one thing I never understood, people put flour in latkes. My basic latkes is just potato, onion, salt, egg. That's it.
A pure
That's the
latke,
basic,
a pure latke.
pure latke, yes. And recently, which is actually quite good, I add kale into the mix, like
Oh my
in the
God.
mini chopper, so there's a little kale in it. Sometimes I put a slight bit of beet in it, and then
Oh,
it makes it like this nice, like pinkish, kind of reddish kind of latke, which is quite attractive. But when you cook it, you have to be very careful enough because the beet kind of burns quickly, so you have to be very careful. You can't put too much beet in there.
no. You gotta be, you gotta know your beat. Because
Yes,
too much beet can cause a disturbance, and it also can
yes. But
cause
the kale is
opportunity.
really, really good. Everyone's.
I made a whole kale drink. I made 3 kale drinks this morning.
Oh,
Kale,
wow.
ginger, apple. Sometimes I put celery in there too, or I put some spinach. And
Mhm.
I made buzzed them around, and
Yes,
I have a lot of kale. That's a or spinach. This is a good item. This is why I look so good. You might have
yes, that's
wondered
right.
why. And so, but the thing with that beets, even though they're magnificent, a beet is great. The trouble with the beet is, if you work a beet, you possibly will look like a beet for the rest of your life in your hands. It's a tough item to get out of your skin, right? But there's some
No,
secrets. I know
no,
there's a
no.
secret.
I
Do you know
put
the
beet.
secret?
I put beet in my smooth. I make my smoothie. The kale, the ginger.
Yeah.
Uh, I put avocado in it,
Wow.
which is good.
Delicious.
Makes it nice and creamy. I put
Can I have my
avocado.
phone number? You have my phone number, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
Yeah, good.
yeah. Uh, but the beet makes a nice red smoothie. It makes it more attractive.
Oh yeah, I usually get this. I usually there because I don't have to deal with the beet, and so when I go out and get a smoothie, I do go with the ginger, the ginger. Oh yeah, I forgot to say ginger and the beet, and then
Mm.
the kale and all those things because they have to deal with it. Let me for the this is always I always enjoy speaking with you, and so my last question is, what's the name of that book?
Oh, my last book is Snoodles in Space, Episode 2, The Zoodles Strike Back. So it's the third in the Snoodles series. Next year is my fourth one, Snoodles in Space, Escape from Zoodle Trash. So that'll be my illustrators working on that right now.
It's a beautiful story. The books are a lot of fun, just like Mr. Stephen is. He has a tremendous sense of humor. There's no doubt about it, and in a brilliant way. So, congratulations once again. You have a website, or where do people buy this book?
StephenJosephAuthor.com, www.stephenjosephauthor.com. On it have all my books, and also I have a cranky blog because I write about crankiness, cranky superpowers, and a grown-up guide to effective crankiness. I have a cranky blog. I also have a lawyer blog. The defense can now rest because the defense before was never able to rest. And
Oh,
I give all the secrets how they could actually rest, which is very important.
listen, everybody, this guy's a
Everybody
serious
deserves a little rest once
He's
in
a
a while.
he's a famous lawyer, this guy. In addition to being a zoodle, zoodle, moodle, and latke aficionado.
Yes.
This is a beautiful. I might have to cry, but I better get off because I can't allow my audience to see me in such a state. All right, I'll see you later. Thanks.
Okay, thanks for having me.
You're a good man. Take
Bye.
care.